This isn't just a random scroll. It's a divine appointment that your soul scheduled before you even woke up today. I'm not being mystical for no reason. There is actual synchronicity happening here. The algorithm, the timing, your finger hitting that play button, all of it matters. All of it brought you to this exact moment for a reason. So before we go anywhere, I want you to know something. Money is already looking for you, not metaphorically. I mean, it's literal on the way. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to hustle harder or be louder or prove yourself more. The wealth you are meant to carry in this lifetime, it's already decided you are the one. But here is where it gets weird. You can't see it yet because you are still looking in the wrong direction. You are looking at your bank account. You are looking at what you haven't built yet. You are looking at everyone else who seems to have it figured out. And the whole time, the abundance is standing right next to you, and you're too busy doubting yourself to notice it's been there the entire time. I want to talk about what's actually happening right now in your life. Not surface level, not the stuff you tell people at dinner. The real thing. You've been trained your whole life to believe that abundance is something that happens to you, something external that you need to earn or achieve or deserve. Your parents probably showed you that money is stressful. Maybe they argued about it. Maybe they didn't have enough. Maybe they had plenty, but they were so afraid of losing it that they wouldn't spend it on anything good. And you absorbed that. You learned that money is dangerous, that wanting more makes you greedy, that you should be grateful for scraps because at least you're not starving. So you build a whole identity around not wanting too much. You became the person who is fine with less, the person who doesn't ask for what they are worth, the person who stays small so nobody thinks you're arrogant or cocky or full of yourself. You learned to disappear a little bit and you got really good at it. Yeah, you got really good at it. So good that you don't even realize you're doing it anymore. And the worst part, you think this is humble. You think this is spiritual. You think this is you being evolved and beyond the material world. It's not. It's not. It's fear dressed up as spirituality. It's abandonment dressed up as surrender. It's you choosing lack so nobody else gets to choose it for you first. But here is what I'm sensing, and I need you to feel this. Something just shifted. You didn't do anything. You didn't earn it. You didn't perform hard enough or meditate long enough or manifest correctly. You just became aware that you were doing it. And that awareness, that's everything. The market might be saturated, but it's missing your specific soul signature. Nobody can do it with your frequency. There is something about the way you think, the way you see problems, the way you connect with people, the way you create. Nobody has that combination. It's literally impossible to replicate. The people who have tried, they are pale imitations. And not because they are not talented, but because they don't have your blueprint. You've probably had people tell you this before. Yeah, that you're different, that you're special, that there is something about you they can't quite describe, but they know it when they see it. And you deflected it. You said something self-deprecation, I guess. You made a joke. You minimized it because part of you doesn't actually believe it's true. But what if it is? What if everyone who's ever said that about you wasn't just being nice? What if they were actually seeing something real? What if your uniqueness isn't just personality, it's frequency? What if the exact thing that makes you nervous to put yourself out, there is the exact thing that's gonna make people stop scrolling and actually listen? This is the thing that nobody tells you about saturation. Saturation is actually your permission to sleep. When the market is full of the same thing, that's when the weird ones win. That's when the person who does it differently becomes the one everyone wants. You think you need to fit in to success. You think you need to be palatable and safe and inoffensive. But what if your whole advantage is in the exact places where you're most useful, most yourself? I'm watching you dim your light so other people feel comfortable. And it's working, by the way. They do feel comfortable. They feel safe around you because you are not threatening them with your realness. You're not showing them what's possible if they stopped playing small. You're just matching their energy and letting them believe that this limited version of life is normal. But you're not comfortable. You're not comfortable. You can feel it, right? I can feel it. There is this restlessness inside you. This knowing that there is something you're supposed to do that you're not doing. Something you are supposed to say that you are staying quiet about. Something you're supposed to create that you are too afraid to make real. That's not doubt. That's not imposter syndrome. That's your soul trying to get your attention. Wealth isn't coming to you, it's flowing through you because you finally severed the energetic ties to lack. And I know that sounds abstract, so let me be specific. Right now, you probably think about money like this. You think about what you don't have. You think about the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You think about all the ways you could fail or lose it or mess it up. You are attracted to the outcome so hard that you are literally straggling it. Do you notice how stressed that feels? How heavy? That's the weight of desperation. And desperation has a frequency. People can feel it. The universe can feel it. And they both respond the same way. They pull away from it. Not because you are bad. Not because you don't deserve it. but because desperation is low frequency and abundance is high frequency. They can't occupy the same space. So, what happens when you detach? What happens when you stop white knuckling and start trusting that this is already yours? Everything changes. Your body relaxes. Trust me. Your voice gets stronger. Your decisions come from conviction instead of fear. And from that place, you become magnetic. You become the person money wants to be around. This isn't about toxic positivity or manifestation or pretending you have money you don't have. This is about the actual physics of energy and frequency. When you are no longer desperate, you make better decisions. When you are no longer desperate, you can see opportunities instead of threats. When you are no longer desperate, you can ask for what you're worth instead of accepting whatever is offered. And that's when everything starts moving. Your past struggles were not a life sentence. They were a high-level spiritual training ground for the abundance you're about to carry. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad about your trauma. I'm saying it because it's literal true. It's literal true. Trust me. Believe me. I had that path. People who have been through scarcity, people who understand the weight of not having, people who have looked in the mirror and wondered if they were gonna make it. When abundance comes to someone like that, they don't take it for granted. They don't squander it. They know what it cost them to get there. So they respect it. The people who have never struggled with money, half the time they burn through it. They don't have respect for it because they never had to earn it. They never experienced the fear of losing it. So when it comes to them, they don't know how to hold it. But you've been through the fire. And that fire prepared you for something way bigger than you ever realize right now. Think about it. You have survived things that should have broken you. You've come back from situations where most people would have just given up. You've faced your own darkness and you are still here, still standing, still believing that something better is possible. That's not luck. That's training. That's the universe saying, okay, you're ready. This person can handle what's coming. This person won't crumble under the weight of success because they have already survived the weight of failure. So yeah, you've been through some stuff, but that stuff didn't break you. It built you. It gave you resilience. It gave you compassion. It gave you the ability to see people's pain and actually do something about it instead of just getting uncomfortable and changing the subject. And that combination, strength plus compassion, resilience plus real understanding, that's what the world is actually paying for right now. The people who want to help other people but have no idea what struggle feels like, they can't actually help. They can't relate, but you can look someone in the eye who's in the middle of their own crisis, and you can say with actual authority, I've been there. And I know you can come out the other side. And they will believe you because they can feel that it's true, that it's a gift. And gifts like that are worth paying for. But here's what I need you to understand, because this is the part that changes everything. You can't make the money your main focus. I know that sounds backwards when you're trying to become abundant, but it's actually the thing that's key, that's keeping you stuck. If your why is just money, you've already lost. You will make some probably, but you will be hollow when you get there. You will achieve the goal and realize it wasn't actually what you wanted. And then you will be rich and miserable. Yeah, miserable, which is somehow worse than poor and hopeful because at least when you're poor, you still have the dream. Your why has to be bigger than the result. Your why has to be about the people you are gonna help when you finally step into your power. Your why has to be about the message you're gonna share, the art you're gonna create, the lives you're gonna change, because that's what money actually responds to. Not desperate grasping, not constant calculating. Money responds to people who are building something bigger than themselves. My voice is trembling, sorry. You know what you're meant to do. By the way, you might not have all the details. You might not know exactly what form it's gonna take or how it's gonna work or when you're gonna start. But deep down, you know, there is something inside you that keeps calling you back to it. Something that makes you feel alive just thinking about it. That's not random. That's clarity. That's your soul saying, this is the thing, this is what you are here for. And the abundance is literally waiting for you to commit to that thing. It's standing there with its hands full of the resources you're gonna need. The money, the connections, the opportunities, the timing, all of it. But it can only come to you when you are moving toward your purpose, not away from it. When you are serving, not grasping. When you are building, not protecting. The abundance lives within you right now, not somewhere in the future. You don't have to wait to be rich to feel wealthy. You don't have to wait for bank account to change to feel valuable. You can decide right now, in this moment, to see all the ways you're already abundant. You have water when you're thirsty. You have shelter. You have people who care about you. You have ideas in your head that are worth sharing. You have experiences that are worth taking or talking about or taking actions. You have a voice that deserves to be heard. That's abundance. That's real. That's happening right now. And when you can feel that, when you can genuinely feel grateful for what's already here instead of obsessed with what's not, that's when your frequency shifts. That's when you become the person the universe can trust with more. Because you've already proven that you respect what you have. You are not gonna waste it. You are not gonna take it for granted. You are gonna multiply it. I believe in you. So here is what actually needs to happen. You need to make a choice. Yeah. Not a choice between this path and another path, but a choice about who you are gonna be in the rooms you are about to step into. Because it's coming. The opportunities are coming. The visibility is coming. The invitations to collaborate and create and build are coming. And when they arrive, you need to know exactly who you are. You need to know that you belong in those rooms. Not because you are lucky or the algorithm was nice to you, but because you actually earned it. Because you showed up. Because you did the work when nobody was watching. Because you stayed committed to your version even when it was lonely. Because you didn't compromise your integrity for quick money or fast followers or easy wins. Because you built something real. And when you step into that knowing, not arrogance, not ego, but actually grounded knowing, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when people actually want to work with you. That's when money actually starts flowing toward you. Because you are no longer asking permission to be there. You are no longer waiting to be picked. You are showing up like someone who already knows they deserve to be there. So this is your invitation. This is your invitation. This is your moment. Not to start hustling harder, not to post more content or build a bigger audience or prove yourself to anybody, but to get quiet for a second and actually listen to what your soul has been trying to tell you. Money is already looking for you. It's already on the way. All you have to do now is step into the version of you that's ready to receive it. Not someday, not when you have it all figured out. Right now, today, with all your imperfections and doubts and messy humanity. That version of you I love the most. That's the one that's unstoppable. That's the one money is looking for. That's the one the universe has been waiting for this whole time. So claim it. Say it out loud. If you have to, say it in the comments. Write it down. Tell yourself, I'm the person who's about to change their whole life. I'm the person who's going to help so many people. I'm the person who deserves this. And then watch what happens when you actually start believing it. Because I'm telling you right now, the miracles are coming. And they are coming for you.